Well, good day, everybody. I'm really excited today to interview a very good colleague of mine, Andreas Mueller-Schubert. He's one of the rising stars in our WSI network. I mean, we're going to hear his story, how well he's been doing and how he started his business. So, Andreas, thank you so much for, putting your time out for us today. I know we're all busy. I've never had so many Zoom meetings since we've been on COVID. I'm sure you've had the same situation, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And welcome everyone, and thanks for having me. And yeah, definitely the video conferencing is one thing that we learned during COVID-19. I think everyone can do it now, which is actually a very interesting learning, but we definitely had a lot. I miss the personal connections. I miss the personal meetings, but now we do it on video.
Exactly. I miss it. It's nice to see you, because I think last time we saw each other was last year in Mexico, and then at least we could meet. But now, well, there's a second best, right? We make the best.
Exactly.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Like where you're operating. I know you just told me in California with the fires, but just a little bit of where you are, and why did you get involved in this business?
Yeah, so I'm located in Napa, California, in wine country, and you might hear my accent. I'm originally from Germany. Moved about 10, 15 years. It's quite a time now since I moved to the US. Moved to Silicon Valley. My whole life I worked in high tech. Microsoft hired me, and that's why I moved to Silicon Valley to run their IPTV business group. And my wife and I, we decided, let's, move to Napa. It's close to Silicon Valley. We always loved it there. And so we moved up 2 hours north of Silicon Valley, settled down. And then we said, let's figure out what we're going to do. Because, first idea was buying a winery, but looking at some activities here. And then we said, no, let's stay in the high tech area and let's build a local business. And that's really the foundation. And I was looking around, I found WSI, and it was actually a perfect combination of my background, the capabilities that WSI had, and the opportunity to build a local business. And we are now over 6 years in the business, and it has been a really nice and interesting development that has happened.
So 6 years is good, because I think, once you go past the 3 to 5 years in any new business, you sort of feel confident that it's going to make it, because a lot of businesses don't make it when you start. Did you see any value that you got, from the network, that helped you with starting in this business?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think what really attracted me to WSI and starting it, when you start a new business, and my family background is my grandparents, my parents, they all had businesses. I elected after school to go a little bit more the corporate world. So I worked for Siemens, which is a big German company, and I worked for Microsoft. And, you learn a lot working for these large companies, but when you start your own business, you suddenly you are everything. I was so used to have, support from all kinds. I could call HR, I could call whatever. Now I'm everything. And, my wife joined the business 1 year later. And, it's a very interesting, and probably one of the first challenges that you really need to understand is you are everything. It's all about you. And the WSI offers a lot of support, a really great education. I have always been in high tech, but I didn't know what SEO is, or what even a website. I had been in this area. I know what IP is, and I built IP networks, but this is a different layer. And great education, great ongoing education. I have to say, we have so many opportunities to learn from each other. And Francois, you're one of them that helps us with new ideas, and we exchange ideas. You mentioned when we met last year in Cancun. The global convention is bringing people together, and the main purpose is really to learn from each other, listen to the presentation, and you're not alone. I think it's a really good feeling that you can, pick up the phone or go on, ask the question on our workspace, and this is a nice network.
Yeah, and I had like a similar experience, because also when I started the business, when I was in corporate, I had 49 salespeople working for me, had a company, and next minute I'm on my own. Like, you got to sales, then you got to do the bookkeeping and everything. It was a real eye opener. But I got to say, and I'm in South Africa, and when I started 16 years ago, we just got ADSL. We just, it was more dial up. And I was lucky, that I reached out to people in the network and they helped me, and from all the way from America, and I thought, this is amazing that you can, you can have people that could be termed your competitors, but they actually collaborate, and the strength that we get out of it has been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the really interesting part is, as I said, everyone in this network, and I think the foundation is laid that we work together. But what is also very interesting, everyone has a background of something. I give one person that we know very well, Eric Cook, is a member, and he is a specialist in the banking industry. And very early on, I had some opportunities with banks, and I asked Eric, are you willing to jump on a sales call or helping me? And he helped. I helped some people. I'm in Napa wine industry. I actually help someone in France right now. So it's kind of, it's a give and take, and that's a really, really big part of WSI.
Yeah, it's very rewarding, I must say. But and you've probably seen it. Many people who are part of the franchise, they don't use the network. They tend to isolate themselves, and those are the ones that I see that they struggle to get going. Meanwhile, there's a lot of help anywhere.
Yeah, it is. I can, I know that I could spend half of my day just getting educated, and just we have so much information, which is great, but you also have to run a business. So it's finding the right balance. But there's some really great moments. They're also important to get out of your business and look at your business from a different perspective. I really enjoy, the global conventions. I know that probably this year we won't have one because of COVID-19, but I hope that we have some again. You learn a lot, and you can think about your business. It's actually interesting when I go to all the regional conferences. You have been at some here in California. It's an educational part. You listen to your colleagues, and you start thinking about your own business. I always come back from these moments and take an idea and say, oh, this is a great idea. How can I implement this in my business?
Exactly. And I've got to say, you remind me, we met, it was 2 years ago when we were in California, and I was doing that training, and you were there, and you also shared your experiences. And I'll never forget, I think you were doing the hot air ballooning, and you showed us that technique that you used for getting a business review from using, straight from the mobile phone. And I mean, that just alone was like gold, to get that.
Yeah, and at the end, it's these kind of ideas and things that we test and we share them, and that makes a big difference. I think another really big benefit to our business that WSI brings to us is the network of suppliers, the network of partners, the capabilities that we have in the network, and you are one of them, to offer us service that we can use and package and sell to our clients. And these kind of elements are really important. And because of our network, I know that we have some really good conditions with our suppliers and really good support. I give you one example. We did 2 digital summits here in Napa that we organized, and each time Google came and presented. And Google came and presented because it was a WSI event, not an Andreas event or something like this. So this is great partnership and support that we got outside from our outside supporting companies. I think this is a really big value.
Yeah, I think that's where we're the brand, the global brand, and we are local really in that way. It does give you some benefits that people see sort of a value in that. So. I guess, getting into this business as an entrepreneur, well, starting your business, you told me your family were all in their own business. So I guess that was quite easy, I think, because you must have been used to that. Because I know when I was in corporate, I had to be thrown out of corporate to start something.
Yeah, I would say you got the spirit. I got the spirit from my grandfather, from my father, and you now thinking back, being in the same shoes, you understand better what they were going through, and how much is on the line on some of the decisions you have to do. And it's what's really satisfying for us. And as I said, Georgia and my wife, we both run the business, we own the business. We have employees now, and I sometimes say, look, 6 years ago, nothing of this existed. Nobody knew about us. No, there was nothing there. Now we have employees, and their daily life costs, everything depends on us. And we were able to collect a really nice team around us, and our business is growing, which is nice. We are in a very interesting, let's say, industry. Everyone needs us. Even COVID-19 underlines the effect. So it's very satisfying. And it's also satisfying, on the other hand, to see that you can make a difference for your clients. The hot air balloon company that you mentioned, we really made a difference for them by the website and booking system we developed, the growth of the business. Our passion is to grow businesses, our own and our clients.
Right. It's really great. So it's interesting already, you're building up your team to 6 people already, which is, you can see it's going to grow from there. I know I'm sitting on, I think I'm employing 4 more people this month. I'll be at 24. It's just getting crazy, but it's really good. But then your day becomes different, your week. In the beginning, you had to go and network and hunt for business. 6 years later, what does your day look like now? Because you're managing a business more than anything else.
And one of the biggest things is really managing the team, making sure that everyone knows what to do. And since mid of March, we are all working remotely. So because of the stay-at-home orders and the uncertainty with COVID-19, we are all working remotely, and that's even more important to make sure that every team member is aligned and these kind of things. So you're starting more to manage the resources that you have. I'm still very heavily involved in on the sales side. My wife is very much involved on the project management of all the projects. She does a lot of the website projects. So it becomes more a management function, which is very important and as we grow, this will even be more a part of our day-to-day way. And the way how we structure our business on Mondays and Fridays, these are mainly internal days that we very seldom have clients activities to be able to manage the business. And it's so important that sometimes we have to step out and work on your business. It's not in the business, that's 90% or 80%, and 20% you have to step out and work on your business.
Absolutely. It's quite interesting. I like what you just said, Tuesdays and Thursdays, your customer days, and then the other days you focus. So I must maybe look at that, see if I can find one day. I've been 16 years in the business, and I must say I've had highlights the whole time. I've had a wonderful time. And you've also had many, like awards. I've seen you up there, and you've been on stage earlier than most, sharing their successes. So tell us some of the highlights, that you've had and experienced, while you've been doing this.
Yeah, so one of the things where we have focused right from the beginning a lot on the website development piece, and because I felt it's a great reference. If you can show a website, it's easy to show to new prospects and say, this is what we have done. And we have been lucky since 2016. Every year we have won 1 or 2 what's called a Web Marketing Association Award, which recognizes a great web design. And that's a nice recognition. It's a nice recognition to the work that we have done, and the clients enjoy it a lot and see it. So it's a nice reference point, because at the end, when you talk to prospects, they want to feel comfortable. You need a trust builder. Reviews are very important and these kind of things. So that was probably what really kick-started our business a lot. And I look at websites as being a nice reference point, but also a nice door opener for a longer term relationship, because now you have a digital asset out there where you can bring people to, where you can do things and these kind of areas. So it has been a big driver for our business.
Right. And I must say, I noticed, when the RCs get these awards, the clients are so happy too, because it was their site that's now an award-winning website. It was not like I wanted to just get a website built. You've got an award with it, which is fantastic. To have that.
Yeah,
it's like a bonus, I think, that the client gets, and it's got to be perfect for you.
And we have a very close interaction doing the website design and development with our clients. And, the websites that we won the awards, there's a big input from the clients. And it's a project together, and it actually builds a foundation for a long-term relationship. And everyone we won an award for are still our clients. We maintain the websites. We might do some search engine optimization or some social media. I look at websites as being, as I said, a door opener for a long-term relationship.
Right.